That's the best. Ad.
Don't
The
know.
Time
time
of my
of
life. No, little to you. Oh, okay. All right. You're right. I skipped.
Don't mind me. I'm trying to make sure that we're actually live first before I get started.
I think we are because I'm watching it and we
All
popped
right.
up for half a second.
And
Welcome to the Replayer Podcast this evening, everyone. I'm your host, Dan Morris. Joining me tonight is Jake Brown,
what up?
Louis Reza.
Hi.
Hi.
I have spookies.
Spookies.
Spooky Yuki.
Welcome to a very laid-back, chilled episode of the Replayer Podcast, where
This is
I'm
our
trying
NPR.
not to get into NPR radio. What up,
You listen
everyone? Welcome.
Hey, how's everyone out there tonight? How are all our local listeners and everybody else? Doing okay?
Tonight on the podcast, we're discussing the Disney and Marvel showcase that's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow!
This just in, the Replayer Podcast was bought out by Disney.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there we go. I would have done
Hail
it.
all Disney overlords. No.
Isn't Mickey great?
Oh,
Now everybody does that.
instant. But
So
the
stupid.
Disney, Marvel, whatever, they're having this showcase thing going on tomorrow. So yeah, we're here to talk about what we think will be there, what might be talked about, and maybe make some wild, crazy predictions and accusations. And not accusations. Yes. So, anyways, this completely unknowing, but Disney had released this commercial trailer thing to say, hey, we're doing this thing and we're going to show some games. And within that, they showed clips of a few things that we know about the Marvel games that we're expecting, some of the other Disney products, and Avatar. Right? I
forgot they even had a game.
Yeah, there's a new
Coming out.
Avatar game coming out that I forgot about from last year.
Okay.
The blue people.
Okay, thank you.
The
Blue.
wrong
the
Avatar.
bad the bad but extremely lucrative. I got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, this was actually your thing that you threw out there, Jake. So I want to let you kind of like get us started here. Take it.
This is why I don't say anything.
Yeah, so I guess Marvel and Disney are having their own little press conference. Was tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Was it the 10th? Tomorrow's the 10th?
Yes.
Or 8th, 9th? I don't know. It's
No.
tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the 9th. So
It's over the course of the weekend. I guess I mean
Facts.
it could be up for speculation. Anything and everything could be announced. I don't know. This is the first one ever, I believe. I don't think they've had a conference like this before.
Yeah, I believe it's the first one.
First like gaming conference. I mean, I'm gonna just jump on what I want to see real quick.
Well, for the record, it's tomorrow, Friday, September 9th at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm just gonna jump into what I want to see, what I'm looking forward to. Which, obviously, if you don't know by now, I'm a massive Spider-Man fan.
Who?
I want to see some gameplay footage of Spider-Man 2. I'm all about that. We got that trailer, I believe, almost a year ago, and like haven't heard nothing about it. I think the speculation for it is Venom, of course, is going to be in it.
Ooh.
But speculation is also Kraven the Hunter. If you watch the trailer, the guy's voice kind of sounds fitting for Kraven. I would love that. I would love Kraven.
I feel like Kraven the Hunter is in every Spider-Man game I've ever played, except the new one. So
I remember him being in Amazing Spider-Man 2 when that came out, and that it wasn't too.
He was definitely in the old ones. I
No,
remember.
he was. You're right.
He was definitely in the old one.
I remember he was in, I think, the original 2002 Spider-Man game, like the Tobey Maguire.
I'm sure
era.
He was.
But I think he was an Xbox exclusive mission because he wasn't on PS2.
Oh.
I had the PS2 version first, and I played it. Kraven the Hunter is not in it. which is really interesting.
Who is Kraven the Hunter?
He's the big furry guy who likes animals.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Cruella the Vil, but like the dude.
But a dude.
Okay, yeah. I always thought he kind of looked a lot like Sabretooth, right? Like a little bit, but not.
I can see it with the fur coat. Like
that thing, and it's kind of like has like the little round things that go around his giant arms and stuff. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
I remember that part.
Yeah, man. Like I'm super hyped for it. I'm very curious if they might introduce co-op into it, because we had Spider-Man games that came out, and then we had Miles Morales that came out. I mean,
you're very dark, by the way.
You're very dark.
That's not racist. You're just very dark. I know you got some fancy lights there, but I'm just letting you know.
You know what? I have been here for a while. And for you to barely notice my skin color says a lot. All right. Let me try to see if
it's fine. I'm just pointing it out. You don't have to fix anything.
Because if I do this, you can see me, but I can't see the crowd and the beautiful people who are telling me that I look like a DJ who's drowning in an aquarium.
DJ Louis.
Sorry.
A DLC character for the next Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'd play it. Have you seen some of those
I don't
mods?
fight. I just like hit the base. I do a drop really hard.
Have you seen some of the mods for the
PC version of Spider-Man? They're so good.
The Kingpin one gets me every time. I love it.
Yeah. Did you see the Aunt May one?
No. I saw the Stan Lee though, but I didn't know that had Aunt May. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's an Aunt May mod too. Man.
I am so down.
The beauty of games coming to PC and getting modded immediately.
That's awesome. No, but like I'm really looking forward to see if there is co-op. Like how would that look? You know what I mean? Because like we've never had a co-op Spider-Man game. Well, open world co-op Spider-Man game. I love the old arcade beat 'em ups. Those are probably like my favorite Spider-Man games.
Yeah, I used to love like the Venom and Carnage, like on the Genesis. So good.
Yes,
I want to piggyback off of the Spider-Man thing because, like, yes, I do want to learn more about Spider-Man, but I also want to learn more about the new Wolverine game.
Yes.
We know nothing about that game.
Yeah,
but
got that trailer.
The big question there is both Spider-Man and Wolverine being Insomniac Game Studios. I wonder if that'll be at this presentation because they're such heavy Sony properties. I don't know if they would be. I mean, they could be. They should be because Disney owns those characters. Sony doesn't. I mean, Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, but Marvel and Disney own. I don't know. There's a bunch of Lego mumbo jumbo there that I couldn't begin to understand or explain.
But if they did, let's roll with that. If it was shown tomorrow, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I would love to see some Wolverine gameplay or anything to give you some essence. Like if they're taking like the Spider-Man engine and like just putting Wolverine in it and making it a Wolverine game, like that'd be fine. I think I would like it to be hyper violent too. Hopefully,
I mean, even the Spider-Man game is just Arkham, but Spider-Man. Yeah. They're all the same, relatively. But I would prefer, personally, almost like open world, like Witcher 3 kind of a thing. Where there is a core game, but there's a bunch of other things that you can do, and so that way, like you have an option of like working with other X-Men and things like that. Because Wolverine is kind of pretty hoary in the in every aspect. He's pretty much the horror of Marvel. Because they just throw him everywhere. It's like this story's kind of bland. Throw in Wolverine. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, all right.
You could argue Spider-Man the same thing too. I mean,
exactly. Thank you. It's like, but Wolverine for the cool, gruff, come on, bub. But then Spider-Man if it's not funny enough. So there's and then Deadpool for both. So you get all these different kinds of aspects for it, and I would love to see something like that could allow you to explore more of the world of X-Men. I just think that's something we haven't really seen. Like the closest I came to it, I think, was Deadpool, and that's just because he is so all over the place with everybody that you're able to get 20 billion cameos and never really get a full story for each one that needs development. It's a lot of fan service. Exactly, it's a lot of fan service, and I think that we could do that with Wolverine. But if you could give him a little more to do, it's easier, it's cooler. I mean, you don't have to learn every other superpower. You just have to nail down Wolverine's moves and now put him with somebody else.
Yeah.
I think X-Men Origins Wolverine. They all played that. I think that was probably one of the best Wolverine games. That was a really
Oddly
good game. That
enough,
was a very
oddly,
brutal
yeah.
game. That was a very
Yeah.
brutal game.
The
That was
game was
honestly, I
amazing.
think,
That
one of
movie
the best
sucked.
Wolverine games. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was great.
And oh my god, like I love the way you took damage, and it's like you could be missing like half your freaking rib cage, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, and you watch it like slowly come back together. I was like, I want this. And
Well, it
every
was also
Wolverine
like
game moving forward.
Wolverine Origins was the first media outside of the comic books that took it to that level of extreme like violence and gore and maturity. And you're like, yes, this is right. This is how Wolverine should be. And then they followed that with Logan, the movie, and it's like,
Yep.
yes, this is right.
Yeah.
That's what I was
So
about to
yeah, I
say,
mean
yeah.
that. Oh my god, the Origins was so so much better than it had any right to be. And yeah, you're right. Like the movie was dog shit. But
I mean,
Oh,
I
God.
enjoyed the movie, but like I enjoyed the game a whole lot more. It
Yeah.
was-
I
it was great.
enjoyed hating the movie. I enjoy watching X-Men Wolverine Origins to be like, this is how to not handle a universally loved property. Here's what
But-
not to do.
But if we never would have gotten that movie, the Deadpool movies wouldn't be that good because they make fun of that movie a lot.
yeah, they do.
Agreed. And you could even say the same thing out of Green Lantern. So
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. It needed to happen. I just hate that it did happen.
My last thought on the whole like Spider-Man Wolverine, I'm very curious since they are both made by Insomniac, are they going to share the same world together?
That would make sense. I think.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. But like, I think it'd
A
be
lot of
awesome to
reasons.
they can kind of build their own way into their own Avengers type style game. We're not going to talk about the one that actually exists.
Mhm. Please
I think
don't.
that'd be kind of cool.
Again, I think that there's too many reasons why they shouldn't, because that's more property that you can do. It'd be cool if they could make theoretically a video game universe like the Marvel movies, where you have a different game that comes out all the time, but they're always different from one another, that all have a core relation, and then every once in a while throw in a great big huge like, hey, here's all of them at once. That'd be awesome. But I think that there's too many properties that are not owned by too many other entities. There's too much Sony's, too much Disney's, too much Marvel's, too much blah blah. So I don't think that it's going to work out. Although they theoretically could, and I would love to see that if they went like, by the way, when you're done with Spider-Man, it goes into Wolverine. Like, oh, yeah, please. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately.
What do you think of those is going to come out first, Spider-Man 2 or Wolverine?
Spider-Man, I think.
I think that would be cool though. Like, say if Spider-Man 2 ends on like a very Marvel style, like after the credits scene where Peter Parker / Spider-Man runs into Wolverine.
Yeah,
and then that like opens up to the Wolverine game, like the movies do. I think
like
that
introduces
would be cool.
him in like the cutscene at the end or something. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool. We also have the Midnight Suns game, which we've known about for a while, but that also got delayed into next year. I don't know what more they could tell us about that unless they're showing some sort of like drastic improvements, because I feel like a lot of people were underwhelmed by the game.
I mean, I think that's one of those games where like you either like it or you don't. Like I'm not too big of a fan of, what is that, like the card-based combat.
I don't know if it's card-based, more tactical combat, because the team Fire Axis did XCOM, which was a tactics game. And I think that's what Marvel's Midnight Suns is going to be as well. So it's going to kind of follow the vein of like with the RPGs, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but they're going to be more of a tactics game. And that to me is just kind of like, the property that I want in the genre I don't want. Sweet. So
I don't know what that is either. I'm like, what now?
Like the kind of game it is?
No, I haven't even. I don't know what was it?
Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Okay.
It's a bunch of dudes are born at midnight.
The Sons of Midnight. Well, it's an arc of this comics that I'm not familiar with, and I only heard about it because of this game. But essentially, it's an ensemble game. There's a bunch of characters from across Marvel, and they're all going to be working together to stop the Midnight Suns. And you're going to make these crazy teams of characters to work together, which is cool in theory. but then it's tactical, like probably turn-based combat, and I don't know. I just not my
from what I
jam.
saw, because I watched like a 10-minute trailer. I think they put out, and they might have put it out a few days ago because it was a pretty new trailer. It's a gameplay trailer. It's like you're fighting some demon lady named Lilith, I believe, if I got the name right. And like as it is like a tactics game, like they had like cards they were showing, like you had like a hand of cards, and you would choose from like which card would you choose. I don't know. I mean, I like the idea. Like I'm not big on tactics, but like doesn't mean I won't play them. I don't think it's gonna be for everyone. I don't think it's gonna be as big as like a Spider-Man or a Wolverine game.
Obviously, because it's a different take on, or a different genre. I guess unless they can do something to make the gameplay really fun, because I've been surprised by tactics games before, like Mario vs. Rabbids. Mario vs. Rabbids is an incredible tactics game. It's way better than it has any right to be, even though I'm not a fan of tactics games. I liked the Mario vs. Rabbids. That game is stupid fun for some reason. And it's in the same vein as like XCOM. So maybe this is going to do the same thing. If it proves to be way funner than it has the typical style of a tactics game like that, it could work. So is there any other Marvel games in development that we know about, or that... the Skybound game, right? Or at least that's rumored.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if you want to talk about it. You might know more than
not so much, but we can wing it.
So I guess it's Amy Hennig, who's behind the Uncharted games, has a rumored Marvel game coming out, and I whatever it is, I don't even have to like know anything. Like she did well enough with Uncharted games to where like she has my vote for whatever she comes out with. I just don't know what it'll be. Oh no, what was it? Captain America and Black Panther set in a World War II. That's the rumor going around.
That's the rumor, that it's World War II, Captain America and Black Panther, based on a series of comics called Flags of Our Fathers.
Yeah.
What it looks like, but they'll be facing off the forces of Hydra during World War II, which interesting concept.
I mean, I can get behind it. I was a big fan of the Captain America movie game that came out. I don't know if you ever played that one back when the MCU.
Oh, the Sega one?
It was like when the MCU was real young.
That's what I'm talking about, like old, like back in the like 09, 08 time period, because Sega made a Iron Man game, and they made the Captain America game.
They made Thor as well.
Yes.
Iron Man 1 was okay. Iron Man 2 I didn't care for. Thor I didn't care for, but I like Captain America a lot. I think that's one of the few movie tie-in games that did it right.
I also heard some rumors that Amy's new studio, Skydance, is also working on a Star Wars game.
Yes.
So there was rumors going around that her studio might have picked up the old 1313, which I think...
Oh my goodness. That was a game that was announced like 10 plus years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the game I was thinking of?
Yeah, I think so. And that game was actually, I think, was she working on that originally?
I know that a lot of the team was originally on there. I don't know if it was Amy.
Because I've seen prototypes of the original build of that game, and it looks like note to note Uncharted. Like the gameplay, the style, the way it flowed, it looked like Uncharted. And it's like, okay, you can see it. You can see it in the DNA.
I completely forgot about that game. Holy
and that's why I was so mad about it being canceled. Anytime anybody brings up Star Wars games, I immediately just go 1313. Fuck! And I just get like viscerally upset. Kind of like Silent Hill PT. God damn it! Like, it's one of those.
She was originally behind that?
I don't know if it was. I don't think it was Amy. I know that a lot of the people that were on the team for 1313 were on Uncharted. I think there were people that left so that they could work on 1313.
I think she first one had a hand in it because she was with Visceral Games, which was working on that game, and it got shut down. Yeah, because I'm looking at the notes here. Amy Hennig, who had previously worked on a Star Wars game at EA's Visceral Games studio, but saw her project known as Project Red Tag. Yeah. It got canceled. I think that was 1313 being developed, and that's EA. EA, of course, just ruining everyone's lives with this garbage.
Meanwhile,
and I'm gonna give a shout out to our last episode with Maria. This one's for you, Maria. Konami is EA 2. So they're like, oh, what's a great property? Yeah, no, piss on it, please.
Well,
piss on it and then wipe your butts.
Like, agreed, but also like EA still doing it. They're still going. Whereas Konami just was like, we're out.
I will admit that at least, yeah, Konami is at least like, we're just gonna do Plinko machines. But
they're
EA,
trying to come back.
EA came out in a what is it? Like congressional hearing about whether loot boxes are illegal and all that. Like they are so bad at what they do. They made national news. People who've never played video games know who EA is. That's how shit those assholes are. I will admit to that.
So real quick, I have what we think will be at this showcase tomorrow, because it's shown in that trailer. They showed footage of Avatar, the new Aliens game. That's also more of like a tactical like action game, which that one had my interest peaked. I'm curious to see more on that new Aliens game.
Is there a trailer out for any of those for the Aliens?
There was a teaser trailer that's mostly cinematic with about 10 seconds of gameplay. And that 10 seconds looks decent. And I'm hopeful for it. I'm hopeful. But it's a kind of game that I could get into where it's more of like a top-down kind of like tactical shooter, but you're doing everything in real time. So I think it looks like it has some potential. Nice. But also, like we already mentioned, Marvel's Midnight Suns. They're going to talk about Lego Star Wars
DLC.
Probably DLC.
What do they have left to add? Obi-Wan?
I don't know. I think everything's in that game already. Plus the Dreamlight Valley, which actually just released this past week, and the upcoming Speedstorm, which is their like free-to-play Mario Kart clone. But Dreamlight Valley is kind of like their version of like Animal Crossing made by Gameloft, which isn't the greatest.
They do a lot of mobile games, don't they?
Yeah, they do mostly mobile games.
Yeah.
But I've seen it in action. It's not too bad. It's pretty solid looking. Brandy's been enjoying it.
I played maybe about 10 minutes of it last night before I got distracted and turned it off. I mean, I created my character, met Merlin in the beginning. I was like, seems a little darker than what I would think. I don't know. I mean,
darker in tone.
Yeah, well, it kind of seems that way. It's like there's a darkness or something that's taken the kingdom or wherever the heck you're at. I don't know where.
It sounds like Kingdom Hearts.
It's Kingdom Hearts, but like, I don't know. They add your character into it now, so Kingdom Hearts. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think I even know the plot of Kingdom Hearts. I don't think anybody can explain the plot of Kingdom Hearts.
It's impossible.
Back in high school, I could tell you up to Kingdom Hearts 2. I was great at that. And then they went.
Boy goes around sticking his key in holes. What?
Jesus. Also giggity.
Well, that's what we assume is going to be talked about. It's probably going to be a bunch of updates on already known games and existing stuff. So we can be like, cool, we already knew about this. Thanks. Awesome. What else you got? And there's like hopeful stuff. So like Star Wars, there's a lot on the horizon with Star Wars now that EA is thankfully out of control of Star Wars as a license for video games. But they did also make it so that we had Jedi Fallen Order, which is one of my all-time favorite Star Wars games. And we also know Jedi Fallen Survivor,
yeah,
is on its way. So if they have anything new on the new Fallen Order game, I'll be happy, because I played the crap out of that game. I 100%ed it, platinumed it, whatever you want to call it. I got everything in that game. It was fantastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to any updates on that. These are like the known games of Star Wars games that have been announced in development. There's Star Wars Hunters was announced last year. There's the Knights of the Republic remake, which as of now is indefinitely postponed / being shifted to a different developer. Shame. I don't know. that doesn't surprise me because I had no faith in that studio that was supposed to be making the remake. Jedi Fallen Order 2, which I'm excited about. Also, Respawn is making as of yet untitled Star Wars FPS game. So if they take over Battlefront,
ooh,
I only just thought of that at this moment. I thought, oh, maybe they're taking over Battlefront.
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I would like to see that.
I love Battlefront. There are problems. There's a lot of problems, but I do love me
It's
some
super
Battlefront.
fun.
I just please don't. No, the whole card thing. It's impossible if you didn't play the game from 17 years ago, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not as good as you and your Darth Vader that has a level 27 all thing.
Oh, the PvP in Battlefront 2 as of this moment is broken. It's impossible to play against people who've been playing it since the beginning.
So stupid.
Because that game's been out since what, like
2017.
2017. Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Yes. The PvP online in Battlefront right now is so fucked. Like, if you jump in it right now and you play actual PvP with other players, you're just going to constantly get your ass handed to you by people who've been playing the game forever and either hacked it or just are that good at it. It's impossible. But that's why we just play versus bots. That's the fun way to do it.
Yeah.
So
like
you don't
the
hate
noobs
yourself.
we are.
Like, even the original, like the problem that I had with that one is that those stupid spawn points for like turning into the hero characters, like they're in the same place. People just like literally crouch the map, and it's like, oh, now I have to fight 20 guys on the other team who are all waiting so that they could be Luke Skywalker too. Damn it!
Yeah,
but, you know.
They can have them. Emperor Palpatine for the win.
Apparently, there's also a strategy game that Respawn is working on as well. So Respawn's got 3 different Star Wars games they are going to be handling. There was an announced Ubisoft game. I remember last year. It was like almost immediately after the EA license like got done. Ubisoft was like, "We're making a game," and it's with Massive Entertainment, which is the studio that did The Division. So
It's about
maybe
math, right?
it's an open world third-person shooter, which I think would be super cool, especially if it's about like bounty hunters or smugglers and things like that.
Cool.
So much potential. Let's see. There's the Star Wars Eclipse game that was announced at the Game Awards last year, which, as pretty as that trailer was, it didn't do much for me because it was being developed by Quantic Dream, which I'm not a fan of that studio and the games they make. And apparently Skydance is working on another Star Wars game, but we don't know what that is.
They're busy.
So yeah, there's a bunch of Star Wars games we could possibly see tomorrow. At least I hope. I hope there's Star Wars games.
Not going to show anything.
Yeah. Show me Star Wars that's not Lego Star Wars, please.
Man,
I like that you're going off on all the possible Star Wars things. You're like, oh, by the way, we hope.
No.
Hopefully.
I mean, that's all you could do when it comes to these things now. Like, I think that there's so much hype. I think that we all immediately are like, I want to see this, I want to see this, I want to see this. And if we get one of the 27 things that we said I want to see, we're gonna be fucking elated, like completely. Yeah, I was right. See, I told you. Like, I don't know. I just think it would be kind of cool.
I'll just be happy.
I'm just going into it, man. Let's figure it out.
I know it's a long shot, but I would love if they finish the trilogy, which they started, I think, on PS4 or 3, the Super Star Wars games.
Oh.
They released the first one that was on was it Super Nintendo? I believe it was. They were Super Nintendo games.
Star Wars?
Yeah, the Super Star Wars. They released it on the PS4, and I was like, man, when that came out, I was like, I can't wait. They're gonna release Empire Strikes Back, then Return of the Jedi. No, never did. And like, I hated it. Like, I want to have it complete. It's a long shot, but I would be super happy if they came out with it. Those games are really hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I tried Super Star Wars on the PlayStation last year, and I was like, "This is fucking hard." Like,
it's really
Jesus
Christ.
What's the Super Star Wars? Is it like a stronger lightsaber?
It's
bigger Darth Vader helmet.
Super Nintendo Star Wars, because everything on the Super Nintendo is super something.
Super, like
Super Mario, Super Metroid, Super F-Zero, Super Donkey Kong,
Super.
Yeah,
but like the thing about that, the one that was released on the PS4, I as difficult as that was, the sequels were even harder.
Ugh.
So like, as frustrated and angry you probably got with that game, it's that times like 10.
Yeah. I forgot I had trailers queued up for everything we're talking about, but we're kind of like flying through these things, but whatever. All good. All good.
Super Star Wars.
Any like wild, like crazy predictions? Like, oh, I should show this, like completely unheard of thing.
Deadpool 2.
I think it'd be cool.
Done.
Yeah. I think it'll be cool if Star Wars dips into more VR. I think that would be kind of interesting.
Thank you. Please, yes, I need to use my freaking helmet.
I
I
mean,
don't use it
I
enough.
think I'd be okay with anything Marvel or Disney, Star Wars, like VR. Like,
okay, be careful because they did do a lot of Marvel stuff VR that was going somewhere, and then the things got abandoned. There was basically
why don't they bring Iron Man off of the PlayStation VR, please?
Well, yeah, that too. That one did pretty damn well.
Like Iron Man VR is supposed to be really good, but I can't play it because I don't have a PlayStation VR.
Yeah, and it's not worth buying.
Yeah, I'm not going out of my way to buy a PSVR now.
They had some Marvel game. It was free actually for VR, where you can be any one of the superheroes. Basically, it was the Avengers, but VR, and like you make a team, you go out, you save the day, and then you come back. That's it. It was just like little sandbox arenas that you and 4 or 5 friends, whatever, all go out there, kick the hell out of people in like Iron Man suit as the Hulk, like, and then like in VR chat, like if you were the Hulk, you weren't you but the Hulk. You were the Hulk. Like you were this giant thing that you see everybody else all around you, and they're all little ants, and you're just like it was really, really good. But then they abandoned it and they basically pulled the plug. So even the people who had it and had paid for it, they didn't even get their money back. The game just stopped living. It was just like, and done. So yeah, you be careful when you say anything because they did have a great one and fucked it up for the rest of everybody.
Well, maybe they'll announce it again tomorrow.
That would be that okay.
What if they
what if
they brought back 1313 though? What if they brought back 1313?
That'd be I don't care that they butchered it, pulled it apart, and used it in what did they do? They used some of the set pieces in the Clone Wars, the show. So that's why they said that it's not even possible to bring it back because they already ruined whatever was in it, and that pissed me off. That one really, I'm like, so not only did they like go, okay, this great, wonderful thing that you guys created that was 90% done, no, and we're gonna cannibalize it to make sure it's dead. Oh Jesus,
yeah.
I would like to see more with the Force Awakens, not the Force Awakens. Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed.
Like bring back.
I like those games.
Bring back Force Unleashed.
Either bring it back, or I mean, I wouldn't say a remaster because I don't think it really needs it. But those games are pretty cool. But then I'm like, you have Jedi.
There is a re-release of Force Unleashed coming out. Like they're remastering. It's a remaster, but it's what they've been doing with Star Wars games lately, where they port it and they call it a remaster, but they do nothing to it other than make it like
playable
HD. Yeah, like if you didn't I picked it up on sale a couple of months ago. We got the Pod Racer, and it's literally all these HD remasters are by that studio that said we're gonna remake Old Republic, and it's like, yeah, but you can't do a fucking remaster for a damn. How are you gonna do a remake when you can barely remaster a game?
Yeah,
Pod Racer is fun.
It's fun, but if I'm playing a remaster of a Nintendo 64 game, I don't want it to feel like I'm playing a Nintendo 64 game.
I think they also released another good one was Episode 3. I know it was on the Xbox, and I think
that was a great game. It
was a very good game, and that was when we had like the optional ending too.
Yeah,
which was really cool.
I don't know if did that get updated? Did that get a re-release? I don't think it did.
Which one?
Episode 3.
Episode 3. I
don't think so.
I know you can get it on the Xbox store.
Yeah, I played that game.
It's like $10. I mean,
I remember actually, I went out to watch Episode 3 and bought Episode 3 in the same day. So I bought the game, and bought my tickets, and then I went home and I played the game, and I was playing through the game, and then went and watched the movie.
Nice.
Trying to think, like, fucking Disney owns so many properties.
I would love a Deadpool 2, to be honest. Deadpool 1 was amazing, but then all that shit that happened behind the studios and who was actually owning the property, so they pulled it from stores, from the onlines, from everywhere. Why does all the good stuff have to be hidden behind such dog shit bureaucrat?
Activision's another one of those studios that ruins every licensed property that they get their hands on. And especially too because
so mishandled.
The studio that made Deadpool was High Moon Studios, which also made the amazing Transformers games, which are also delisted. You can't get those anymore. And now High Moon works on Call of Duty. They went from making Transformers and Deadpool to now they work on Call of Duty.
Man.
Man.
I loved the first Transformers game on the 360.
War of Cybertron. So good. Such a great game. And it had a Call of Duty style multiplayer, but it was so much more fun than Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
What about, okay, totally off subject, but what about a Transformers game, but with the play style of what's the other one with the robots? Titanfall. Where instead of like getting inside of the suits, you call out like a bumblebee and you ride on his shoulder while he's just like wrecking shit, and like, come on, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Where you don't get to play as them unless you're like on some kind of special level or whatever, but like a Titanfall kind of war shooter with
so you wouldn't get to play as the Transformers, you just get to play as the human that goes,
like, there would be
you get to watch them, you don't get to play as them.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Like
the whole game is just running around picking up random pieces of trash until you have enough trash to call in Bumblebee. No, like I mean like Titanfall, but there would be like a special version where you can like play as the actual robots, but then there would be one where you could call in the robots for extra help.
Man.
So it'd be like Call of Duty, literally, but with Transformers, where instead of like calling in the, like what is that, UAV online, instead of that, it's like, hey, look, here's Optimus, whee, like something like that, like little escalation to. I think, fuck you guys, that'd be cool. Whatever, I'm cool. We're good.
I don't know why it made me think of this idea, but like I know we touched on Life Sims a few weeks ago, but now after what he was talking about, all I want now is a video game by Marvel. It's like the Avengers cleanup crew. You know, like what was it, the origin story for Vulture and the Spider-Man? Like that, whatever. That like, I want a game. It's like, all right, you got to go clean up. The Hog just destroyed downtown New York, whatever.
They had something like that for Shadow Warrior. There's Shadow Warrior DLC. That's the cleanup duty. And it's the guy
you got to go and clean up the mess.
Yeah, like it's literally you have a mop, but it's like a shooter. So like he's like stabbing at like the blood on the walls and stuff, and then like there's bloody limbs and everything everywhere. And he's just sweeping it up.
Need like a spin-off of Power Wash Simulator, but it's like Power Wash Cleanup Crew, and you're just like hosing the blood off the walls.
I just love it. It's like you have Thanos' snap, and like you got the cleaning guy who comes in. Man, it's dusty in here. What happened?
All that dust.
Everybody's sneezing.
This dust looks like a body.
That's my prediction. Avengers cleanup crew.
There are so many terrible thoughts that are going through my mind. Like, did anybody keep like your relatives' ashes? Did anybody keep like the silhouette of Spider-Man on the ground? They're like, put it in. Because you know why?
If I eat this, I'll have spider powers.
Thank you. Yeah. No. But you know why?
Pours it into a smoothie.
Protein. I'm gonna be the Hulk.
It's better than a spider bite. That's all I'm saying.
Is it?
Like the reason why I'm thinking about that is because the easiest way to pick up your loved one's remains.
Freaking people over here snorting their loved ones.
It's what he would have wanted.
You'll live on through me.
He's giving me energy.
Oh my god.
Oh, this got dark. Hi, we're talking about Disney.
Disney.
Oh, sorry. We really messed with our overlord. He owns us now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Mickey Mouse is our Boss.
Not necessarily Mickey.
Man, screw Mickey. Like
He's
I
our
would
talking
follow.
head.
I'll follow Goofy to the ends of the earth.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
Goofy is my dude.
Way better.
What? I want a Goofy game. That's what I want.
There's a lot of Goofy in that Dreamlight Valley, from what I can see.
Man,
yeah.
okay, all right.
Like you do missions with Goofy.
I have to play it more. The Kingdom Hearts.
We got to keep giving Steve Bloom jobs, you know.
Right.
That blows my mind to think about that Steve Bloom is the voice of Goofy and Spike.
Is he Goofy?
I
pretty sure he does Goofy in most of the newest modern things of Goofy.
Okay.
I learned that right now.
You might need a fact check on me, but I know he does Goofy. He does a Goofy impersonation.
Yeah.
I think he does all the new modern Goofies.
No, because I think that the guy that does Goofy is still around. He's I can't remember his name, and he's a fucking legend. And I hate myself that I'm forgetting his name.
Yeah, Google fact checked.
I mean, he might like help out.
Maybe here's my wild prediction: Disney bought the rights to all the Konami games and starts actually making Konami games that we're not getting.
Yes.
Metal Gear. Make a Silent Hill.
Disney earns Metal Gear, but like they replace all characters with
Metal Gear Mickey,
with like Mickey Mouse. They're like, let's go. Like,
Donald in fucking Silent Hill. Just losing it.
Come on, Donald.
Well, Donald, looks like we're in a pickle.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
I can get behind that. I'm down. I like it. I like the creativity.
I see you like apple pie. Allow me to make you an apple pie now. I don't know why Psycho Mantis is talking to Donald.
How are we going to beat Psycho Mantis? Oh, Toodles!
Oh, God.
Oh, this is stupid. I love
Mystery Mouse Couture.
You've watched too much of that show recently, haven't you?
I've not recently, like my entire life. I love it. I used to wake up for school. Oh man,
I've never seen that until I had a child who watched it religiously
I would fall
every
asleep
morning.
watching the good stuff on Disney Channel, and then I wake up in the morning, and that's like Disney Junior. But like that would always be the thing that plays right before I go to school. And I was like, I like me some Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Oh my God, that hot dog song was stuck in my head for the longest time. Anyways,
if you have kids around in the past 5 years, oh yeah.
Trying to think of of the millions of products and properties that Disney owns right now, like what else could we possibly get? Ultimately, I think this is what's going to happen. We're going to get a very cookie cutter, like, hey, we're doing a showcase, and then it's going to be everything we've already known about. We're not going to get anything really new. If we do get anything new, it's going to be like the tiniest, teeniest little teaser that's going to be like, well, thanks for nothing.
Kingdom Hearts 3.5 minus 2 divided by 7 plus 4.
But obviously, we've got some major properties here between like Marvel games, we got Star Wars games, we got Aliens. Who knows what the hell's ever going on with Aliens, because we can never seem to get a good Aliens game. It just doesn't happen other than Alien Isolation, which maybe they'll have a sequel.
Dude, I've had that for years and I have not touched it. I need to. I need to.
Which one?
Alien Isolation.
Oh.
Yeah. Alien Isolation is easily one of the best Alien games ever made.
The problem I have with Alien Isolation is honestly it's too damn scary.
It is
like
there.
Like your
Alien Isolation
is so tight the whole damn game that the second you turn it off so that you can go to bed, it's like I can breathe. Like your whole body vapor locks at how like just intense that game gets. It is so goddamn good. That's probably one of the best horror experiences I've ever not completed.
Going back to Goofy, Bill Farmer.
Yes.
Thank you, Maria and Shayna.
Bill Farmer, yeah.
Yes,
I was going to point that out, yeah. Man, that guy is just, he's otherworldly. He's so
That's my spirit animal. Goofy is my spirit animal.
I would also like to see
I'm so sorry for you.
more Marvel games get out of the I don't know. It's poopy to me that like Spider-Man is locked in on PlayStation because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't care that much about Spider-Man, but I don't want to see more of that. I don't want there to be more of that locking in.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Spider-Man got exclusivity to the Avengers on PlayStation, it's just kind of like, okay, whatever, like I don't care about that.
I did, but
I still to this day, it took him so long to release him.
It did.
I don't care, I don't care.
I haven't actually played as him, but it's been so long since he's been released. Like my nephews would come over and they would play the PS5 and they would play it and they'll play as Spider-Man. And I was like, that looks cool, but kind of that like they're like 2 years too late. I mean, that game's been out for almost 2 years by now? Longer?
Yeah.
What I would really like to see, I know what was it? What was the game they used to have? Was it Marvel? It's like the MMO, the big MMO. It was like the DC Universe game.
Was it the Omega one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that game.
That was fun. If they had another game like that.
And then they canceled it.
They brought it to Xbox, like the consoles, for like 2 weeks. And then
I spent money in that game and then they shut the servers down. I was like,
$20 on the Spider-Man pack. And I was like, yes.
I think I bought the Deadpool pack. I think so.
I liked it. I mean, it was very simple.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah. It was really cool. If they came out with something like that again, I would be down. But I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I'd like to see something obscure. I want to see something that hasn't already been done to death. Anything different, anything new. I'd be down with that. Especially like with the possibilities with Star Wars properties. God, you could do so many things. Or Marvel in that respect. Anyways, I think we've tangented long enough this evening on this. Like, we don't know what to expect tomorrow, but it's probably going to be dull. Ultimately, it's going to be like that Konami press release last week, where it's like, "Hey, guess what? We're bringing stuff to the Konami store," and it's like, "Are
skateboards?
Are you?" And then it was literally exactly what I expected it to be. It was extremely underwhelming. And it was like, all right, okay. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening to this very random tangent-filled Jabberfest. It
was nice.
Words
Jabba-jua.
Jabba-jua. But anyways, I think that'll do it for us tonight at the Replayer Podcast. Be sure to check us out on couchsoup.com, as well as some of the great, amazing articles. I am about to get a review published for The Mortuary Assistant. Jake is currently working on a review. Louis writes some funny shit where he can't pronounce words right. GIF and GIF and
GIF, the peanut butter, right?
Yeah.
I shut up.
No, but anyways, check us out on couchsoup.com. Be sure to stay tuned for new and upcoming news with our new show that is in the works. Effectively, at some point this show will end and our new show will begin that you will be able to listen to and watch on Couch Soup. So big, new, exciting things to come. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you, Jake.
I just thought of the perfect game. Hanna-Barbera versus Disney. Capcom versus Marvel. Like that old arcade, like yeah. Okay,
wouldn't that just be that new WB Smash Brothers clone?
No, Capcom versus Marvel, Disney and Hanna-Barbera. I win. That's it.
You win, Louis. All right. Good night, everybody. Bye bye. You win.